This is Mike of Discover Crypto, and today I'm going to share my top 6 gaming and metaverse projects that I'm holding and potentially buying more of in December 2021. Before I get started, I just want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. Crypto trading is risky. You need to do your own research and your own personal decisions should be made. So first up, we've got Atari, Atari Chain is the blockchain division of the parent company Atari SA. This legendary video game company is noted for developing the likes of Space Invaders and Pac-Man. The vision for Atari is to be game development in the blockchain space. The tools they're aiming to develop will be Atari Portal, smart contracts, a smart wallet, and a decentralized exchange. CEO Fred Chesney is a blockchain supporter who has transitioned from leading Atari SA to Atari Chain in March 2020. The key partners are Animoca Brands, Ultra, and Engine. Animoca Brands is one of the key investors behind the Sandbox. So with Frederick Chesney, I want to highlight that he used to actually be, for 8 years and 8 months, he was chairman of the board and CEO of Atari SA and helped to bring the company back from the brink of bankruptcy and ruin to become successful once again. And now he is entering the blockchain space and attempting to focus on his passion of gaming in this area. He's actually working in a company as well he's the founder and CEO of Crypto Blockchain Industries. So it's interesting to see that this is a man with links to the main Atari company and resources, and he wants to make gaming succeed in the blockchain space. So I think Atari is potentially an interesting play here. I found an article in Forbes, which I'll share in the links below. Basically, what I want to point out is that the initial coin offering for Atari actually occurred at 25 cents, and you can actually get it for around 15 now. So that's a significant decrease and potentially a play right there. Okay, Atari, the token is ATRI. It's on ERC20, which is Ethereum. It's available on MEXC as a centralized exchange. I have an account there myself. I don't use it all the time, but sometimes there are some early gems you can get there. I would recommend MEXC above any of the other sexes available because I just don't find the other ones all that trustworthy. In terms of decentralized exchanges, there's Uniswap for anyone who doesn't mind paying the extortionate ETH fees. It's also apparently available on PancakeSwap. I don't know much more about that. The circulating supply is 886 million. The total supply is 7.7 billion. It's reportedly maybe a little lower, around 2, but in the long run, that's where it could end up. So I think it's just worth knowing because a massive circulation can impact the price. The market cap is 133.6 million at the time of recording. The all-time high just under 80 cents on May the 4th of this year. May the 4th be with you. The ICO price, just as a reminder, 25 cents. I'll do charts at the end for all of these tokens. Chain Guardians, it's a blockchain RPG inspired by anime. There are NFTs integrated alongside the gameplay. This is a public team. It's listed on the site as CEO Emma Liu, COO Robbie Cochran, NFT professor Idon Liu. They're all co-founders, and a key investor is Animoca Brands. So it's interesting following the trail of Animoca Brands around all these projects. Key partners are Chainlink, also Polygon. I think Polygon will be integral if Chain Guardians is going to achieve adoption, because Polygon is a layer 2 operating on top of Ethereum's layer 1. This will allow for faster transactions and lower fees. So with Chain Guardians, this could be bullish for the long term. OpenSea is also a partner. That's for buying and trading the NFTs of the game. Decentraland, so there's a Metaverse link there, which is great. This is just one of the characters. So the artwork is actually not too bad. I would advise anyone looking up the games listed here to go and look for footage on YouTube. There are people who are much better at demoing games than me, so I'd go and look for them instead. So definitely go and look for some videos in Chain Guardians. The breakdown here, the token is CGG. It's on ERC20. It's available on KuCoin or Gate.io. I would recommend KuCoin. I've always found it tricky to get withdrawals approved on Gate.io, so I think it's safer to be on KuCoin. Decentralized exchanges, Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Circulating supply just over 35 million of a total of 120 million. So it's potentially a low circulation coin, which is interesting for price volatility. Market cap, just under 85 million at the time of recording. The all-time high is 423 on March 14th of earlier this year. So we are significantly down from that, as you'll see when I get to the charts at the end. 9 Chronicles is a decentralized fantasy world developed by Studio Planetarium. It's an RPG that will enable gameplay, mining, and governance. Key investors include Animoca Brands, again, Hypersphere, Stanley Kulachov of Aave, which is a blue chip DeFi protocol on Ethereum, Jeffrey Zerlin of Sky Mavis, and Christy Choi of Binance. Those are some other individual investors. I found an article on 9 Chronicles explaining how the company received startup assistance from Ubisoft. So there's a good partnership there, because Ubisoft is a blue chip developer and publisher for mainstream gaming behind Assassin's Creed and the many games from the Tom Clancy sphere. 9 Chronicles, the token is WNCG, or else there's also a native NCG, but WNCG seems to be more widely traded. It's on ERC20, can be found on KuCoin, SushiSwap. The circulating supply is just under 120 million. Potentially there's a total supply of 1 billion. The market cap is just under 408 million at the time of recording, and the all-time high of $4.86 came on August 17th in 2021. With Render, I think this is a very exciting project personally. This is cloud-based GPU rendering for the Metaverse. It was founded in 2016 by Otoy CEO Jules Urbach, who you can find on LinkedIn and see that he is an extremely experienced man when it comes to rendering. And this is quite incredible, the advisors here. So we've got J.J. Abrams of Star Trek and Star Wars fame, Brendan Ike, who's CEO of Brave and Basic Attention Token, and Mike Winkleman, who's better known as Beeple. And the tech partners include, from the blockchain space, include Algorand, Basic Attention Token, and Decentraland. The key partners I think are worth mentioning are Solana and actually Apple. So Render is going to be functional on Solana, which provides a much more low cost and quicker network for the future for rendering to occur. And also there's actually a render app called Octane X that is available via the App Store. So it's apparently free, so that's pretty incredible for the adoption. The token is RNDR, it's ERC20, can be found on KuCoin and more recently Binance, so the availability is improving. The circulating supply, 172 million of 536.87 million total. Market cap is just over $1 billion, so there's room to grow here. It's not even a top 100 token. The all-time high, we're only a few days, or just over a week away from that. That came on November 21st, and it was $8.76. So Render's riding high. I think this is one to monitor for major pullbacks, because I think this could be a potential blue chip project, and in the top 100, top 50, even. If any of these tokens were to get onto Coinbase, my biggest hope would be Render. Obviously, that is not a guarantee. It might not happen. Superfarm, I think, is quite interesting. It focused initially on NFTs. It's aspiring to have a launch pad, farming, generation, marketplace, and trading. But more recently, they've been attempting to bring out a software development kit. And I think that Superfarm, from what I've heard, are trying to bring out some games in the future. It's co-founded by Jason ZM Lanskell and also Elliot Wainman. You can find Elliot as Leo Trades on YouTube. He's a prolific content maker. He's great at sniffing out trends, and he is very keen to stop big players like Mark Zuckerberg from dominating the metaverse. He wants it to be decentralized, and that's just in terms of ideologically. I'm involved with Superfarm, and I have tokens, and I'm buying into what Elliot's trying to do. might not work, but I don't care because I like the belief there. Key investors, we've got Animoca Brands as well, 3 Commas, Black Edge, and key partner is Immutable X. So this is a layer 2 NFT blockchain that will enable NFTs to be sold at lower fees on Ethereum. So a super farm, they've got some impressive artwork already in the NFT ecosystem. The token is Super, it's ERC20 or BEP20, which is Binance's chain. The centralized exchanges include KuCoin and Binance. DEXs include SushiSwap and PancakeSwap. The circulating supply is 401.41 million of a total supply of 1 billion. The market cap is 728.8 million, so there's room to run here. The all-time high we're significantly down from, so that's interesting. That occurred on March 31st, 2021, and the all-time high was $4.73. Okay, Ultra is a gaming marketplace on Ethereum. It can currently be downloaded on Windows. The best way to think about this is Ultra is Steam, but on the blockchain and decentralized, and it can facilitate purchasing, gaming, streaming, and interactions all from the same platform. So this is like a building blocks project rather than a game. I've tried to provide a mix of these options here because I wouldn't want to go completely in one direction. And the key partners include AMD, Atari, Sandbox, and Ubisoft. So I'm going to focus on the 2 most interesting of those first. So Atari has actually made some games like Asteroids and Pong available on Ultra's platform. Ultra's also been helping out Atari with Atari's console hybrid entertainment system. As for Ubisoft, this is maybe a wee bit more of a more modest partnership, but Ubisoft is showing interest in blockchain by helping to validate transactions for Ultra. So who knows, maybe this leads to bigger and better things. Maybe it doesn't, but for now it seems to provide good reason to be bullish on Ultra. The token for Ultra is UOS, it's ERC20. You can get it on KuCoin. Circulating supply is 828.6 million. I'm going to provide a link to evidence of that, because I think this is more in line of what the token release diagrams or charts for the project suggest, rather than what's being shown on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. The total supply is 1 billion, so that would mean we've got a lot of the tokens out in the wild, and hopefully that shouldn't be a hindrance to price. In terms of selling pressure, the market cap is 1.75 billion at the time of recording, and the all-time high was quite recently on November 25th, and that was $2.47. This is DEX tools I'm using here because ATRI, which is the token for Atari, isn't widely available yet, so you can't look at it on TradingView. But as we can see, Atari pushed quite high, up to just over 85 cents, and we have crashed all the way down, started to show signs of life again. So even at around 15 cents, we are still significantly down from the ICO price of 25 cents and even the all-time highs. So if Atari is to be a success in this space, I think it could be a gem. I've also drawn another Fibonacci retracement here on this price movement here. I think I would definitely be interested in this at around 12 cents. Honestly, I probably would be at 14 as well. I'll now move on. I'll not dawdle. So Chain Guardians, it's gotten a little bit heated. Hopefully we maybe find support around here. But it is worth noting that, provided nobody jumped and FOMO'd in at the all-time high or these highs over there, and actually the all-time high, it's much more above this. This is just what the data KuCoin has. So we're potentially down around, 18% from that. So if there's more opportunities coming to reload for Chain Guardians, I personally don't know that I'm tempted at around 2.30, but I would be under $2. I like it under $2, definitely around $1.50. Anything else that we go down to, I think that would indicate a wider market crash and we need to be more worried. And when it comes to 9 Chronicles, this has taken a bigger move down from this recent high. And actually that was an all-time high. So, this has come down by, 23%. So if anyone was falling in love with the project, wanting to get in, it is much cheaper than it was even yesterday. Personally, I don't, I mean, I don't know that I would personally rush in at around this price. I would maybe want to see it come a bit lower. I think I would pounce if it came below 2. I would definitely pounce if it came below 2. If it comes down to around 270, yeah. If you can get into that 270 range or 220, I'm definitely interested. Under $3, maybe I might. It seems to have the bigger backing compared to Chain Guardians, but this is all for you to decide for yourself. With Render, I personally, will I be increasing? Anyone who's new to the project wants the dollar cost average, just so you know, from that high, it's down by about 25%. So it is cheaper, it is less risky already to get involved. Where would I want to buy back in again? It's a tough question with Render. It's a good project, but it's not always an easy decision. I think under $5. I think under $5 looks good, to be honest. And even pushing down to this 0.5 level in the Fibonacci retracement, that's close to 50%. If that could happen, under $5, I think I'm very interested. Around 460, I think that's where I might reload. Around $4, that would be a dream, to be honest. But even now, for dollar cost averaging, it's come down already, so that's potentially beneficial. I'm only bringing Render to your attention because I think it's potentially a blue chip. It's got incredible backing, and it could go higher, but there's risk. Right, with Super here, this hasn't had a big run like Decentraland or the Sandbox. So we on this other Fibonacci retracement I've got, this is up at around $4.80 was the high. When we're looking at the Fibonacci retracement here, it's indicating a buy opportunity. But then I've decided to draw another one here because I feel like sometimes you need to have a more localized comparison. I think this is one that I'm definitely interested in getting more of because I don't think I have enough. I think 160 is where I'm very interested because we're sort of feels like we're at resistance here, and if we were to lose that level, this is where it's going to come down to. I think 160 is interesting. 140 is also interesting. I wouldn't even rule out, if there was a particularly difficult day ahead that we couldn't, get some wicks on the chart that go down to 120. I think that would be possible. As for UOS, I'm more open to accumulating this if it wasn't to dramatically drop, because I think if it gets below $2, I think I'm very interested, because my buys I think were around 130, 110 to 130. So if it came under $2, that's where I'm tempted to start reloading. I don't know if it would stall here at 170 because there's no evidence that it would. I think here at the 0.5 level is more natural. So 140, I would definitely be getting a lot more of. 110 even, could also be a good entry. Something I want to say is I think everyone who's getting involved with crypto should do themselves a favor and get a free TradingView account, and come over to this button, click on Fibonacci retracement, draw it up from whichever bottom you want to explore, go up to the top, identify your levels. This will let you know where the price could fall to and where you should set your bids. This is very helpful in dollar cost averaging. In crypto, you can get lucky but I don't think you'll win in the long term if you don't learn and develop and learn even some of the basics of trading and analysis to complement your fundamental analysis. In terms of the coins, I think there's great synergy between a lot of these projects. I'm interested in them. However, I do want to caution that I'll be taking profits on some of these if they do well. I want to lower the risk. I want to consider that I can live to fight another day, because as we've seen recently, the market conditions have been turbulent, and I think it would be foolish to fall for any of that hyperbole on Twitter and hodl till you die or any of that crap. There's a lot of shills going on right now in gaming and metaverse project. Adoption will be very, very tough to achieve. A lot of these games getting put out, they're just going to be crap. There's no two ways about it. I'm a lifelong gamer. I've always consumed media on IGN and GameSpot, so I'm fully aware that it's tough to even develop a halfway good game. So a lot of these aren't going to get adoption. They aren't going to survive. They aren't going to thrive, but some could, and some could even be profitable even without getting adoption. And it's all about, I think, taking advantage of those opportunities and, try to invest in good fundamentals. Don't buy the top or on an overheated price run. There's going to be crashes, coins will come down. Don't fret if you don't get early into a project you love the look of, because opportunities can come on another day when things get quiet. Because the metaverse, quite frankly, it's not even going to achieve adoption today, tomorrow, next week, or next month, might not even next year. This is just the first wave of hype and excitement. And I think we all need to temper our expectations, maybe make some profits now while we can, and then reload when the prices come down in the next bear market. But yeah, this just put in perspective. But anyway, just remember, this isn't a shopping list. This is just some ideas to take a look at and show you what I'm up to. And please always do your own research. And thanks for watching. And please like and subscribe if you found the content entertaining. My name's Mike, and this is Discover Crypto.